It didn't start with a breakdown. It started with tiny cracks, barely visible, but spreading. I was showing up every day, doing what I was supposed to do, answering emails, checking notifications, attending meetings, being busy. But underneath the surface, I was unraveling. I wasn't burned out in a dramatic way. I was fraying, tired, but never rested, present, but never grounded, and alive, but slowly losing myself. And I realized it wasn't life that was the problem. It was the lack of structure, the lack of boundaries, the lack of discipline. Not the kind of discipline that punishes, but the kind that protects, that grounds, that rescues your mind from chaos. So I rewired my life around 5 rules, body discipline rules that quite literally saved my sanity. These rules are not productivity hacks. They're survival tools. If you're feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or emotionally flooded, this might be exactly what you need. Rule number 1, own your mornings or lose your mind. I used to wake up to the day, rushing, reacting, responding. The alarm would go off, and instantly I'd check my phone, read messages, and feel behind before I'd even gotten out of the bed. But everything changed when I made one small, painful decision. For the first 90 minutes of every morning, the world doesn't exist. No phone, no email, no people, just silence. I stretch, I journal, I drink water. I write one paragraph in my notebook, even if it's messy. That 90-minute boundary gave me a space to breathe, to hear myself think. It stopped the world from pouring into my nervous system before I was ready. It reminded me, peace doesn't arrive, it's created. And morning discipline is how you build it. Rule number 2, make your body non-negotiable. I used to treat my body like an afterthought, something I'd deal with later. But when your mind is fragile, your body becomes your anchor. So I made a rule, move every day, no excuses. It doesn't have to be a full workout. It can be a walk, a stretch, a 5-minute mobility session. The key is consistency, because movement is medicine. Some of my worst mental spirals didn't need a therapist. They needed a sweat, a pulse, a way to remind myself that I still had control. And the deeper truth is this: the body holds trauma, stress, and tension. Discipline in motion is how you release it, bit by bit, breath by breath. Rule number 3, stop worshiping urgency. There was a time when I wore being busy like a badge of honor. I responded to every ping, every email, every problem like it was a code red, until my mind broke, until I realized that urgency is a lie, that most things can wait, that the real emergency is what happens to you when you live in fight or flight mode 24/7. So I made a rule, one task at a time. I turn off notifications. I block 90-minute windows of focus. I breathe before I answer. This rule alone, this refusal to be ruled by the urgent, gave me more mental space than any vacation ever did. Because when you stop chasing noise, you start choosing meaning. Rule number 4, emotionally check in before you log in. This one was hard because I was addicted to distraction. I would scroll endlessly, not because I was curious, but because I didn't want to feel. So I created a ritual. Before I touch my phone, before I open a single app, I ask myself, how am I actually doing? I take 60 seconds to scan my body, to name my emotion, to notice, am I tired, anxious, bored, avoiding something? That pause, tiny as it is, changed everything. Because discipline isn't about being robotic. It's about being real. When you're emotionally honest, your actions become intentional. You stop reacting and start responding. And that is the beginning of inner peace. Rule number 5, protect your evenings like your life depends on it. Because it does. The way you end your day will either heal you or hollow you out. For years, I fell asleep with screens in my face, noise in my ears, and stress in my chest. But now, I treat evenings like sacred ground. I light a candle. I read one page. I ask myself what I did well today. I write down what I need to let go. No loud music, no news, no inbox, no drama. This boundary has protected my sleep. But more importantly, it's protected my soul. These 5 rules didn't turn me into a billionaire. They didn't make me famous, but they gave me something more valuable. A mind that's clear, a spirit that's steady, a nervous system that no longer lives in chaos. Because the truth is, discipline isn't about control. It's about care. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. And in a world that profits from your confusion, discipline is how you come home to yourself. So if you're lost right now, if your mind feels heavy, if you're tired of chasing, scrolling, reacting, and surviving, start here. Start small. Pick one rule. Practice it. Make it yours. Because your peace, your clarity, your sanity is worth protecting. If this message spoke to you, drop a comment with the rule you're ready to live by. Subscribe for more grounded, powerful truths about the discipline that heals, not hurts. Because the world needs more people who are not just driven, but anchored.